Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope everybody had a great holiday season and a happy new year. And I'm coming along here today to share with you a couple discoveries that I had during my holiday time off. And I found a couple old irrigation items I'd like to share with you. So let's get started. So the first discovery happened to be in the city of Port Hueneme, and it's at a seniors living housing complex. And as we were walking the grounds to go to our family's house, I always have my head looking onto the ground and looking at things. And I discovered here, next to that yard box, there's a rusted metal lid. It says Buckner on top of it. And it's just a little thin lid made by Buckner. It's a quick coupler. And I can go, wow, that's kind of interesting. And some of them, the lids are still flipped up from where the groundskeepers that are there, landscapers, had just recently used them and never flipped the lid back down. So they're still being used in the complex. And so I thought it was quite interesting. I was photographing these. And here's happens to be a Moody that you can see. And it's kind of the same thing. It's a metal lid, and that one's a Moody quick coupler number 100. And so I found a few of those. And I think there's more of the Moody's than there were Buckners. And it was just kind of interesting to me to see that they're still being used in a complex like this. All the sprinkler heads are there in the complex are all plastic. And I didn't see any brass at all, so they've probably been removed many years ago. And this complex was built probably in the middle 60s. So, and there's the Moody right there. So, a better one. So, I thought we'd take a quick look at the catalogs and see what they look like. So, we'll go to our little library here and let's dig the Buckner one out first. Yeah, let's see what we got. So I go to the 1971 lawn and garden sprinkler equipment from Buckner, and they do have showing in their catalog here, right down there in the lower right-hand corner, there are quick coupler valves. And I'm not sure if it's a 3/4 or 1 inch that's out there at the complex, but they look very close to what they are. They look like a one-piece valve. That has the metal lids on them. That one might be brass, but anyways. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be one of those that are there. So let's go over to the Moody and see what we got. We'll finish putting the Buckner back away. And I'll move this Rainbird 40. And let's get the Moody book out and see what we got on the Moody valves. So flipping through the catalog, on the very last page, we happen to have a Moody quick coupler valve parts breakdown. And it looks very much like the one that's in the photographs over there at the complex. So it is a metal lid, it looks like, very thin. And looks like it's galvanized or some kind of a cast iron. But it shows all the breakdown of the components inside. So there we go. There's the Moody. And I still find it amazing that these things are still out there and still being used to this day. So it goes showed a little testament of time of how well these valves were built over the years. Okay, let's go and move on to our second location. So moving on from Port Hueneme to the city of Pasadena, we go to a place that's called the Athenaeum. And it's located on the college grounds of Caltech. And they have this building there, and that's where we had a holiday brunch. And this building was probably built in the 1930s, I do believe. And there's some older buildings on the complex that are built in the 1920s. So again, keeping my head on the ground and looking around, I discovered in the parking lot planter area, there's this old sprinkler head. And it was, as far as I know, it's still being used. And here's a nice close-up of it. It's called a rainfall sprinkler, and it's just amazing that it's survived all these years. And I would assume it's probably been there since the buildings were built. So maybe anywhere from 80 to maybe a little bit over 100 years old, I could only assume. I've never seen a rainfall sprinkler before. If any of you viewers out there know anything about it, please leave a note in the comments. I love to hear about it. So that's about it. Very fun and exciting to find these treasures, and they're still out there working. So again, thank you for joining me today, and we'll see you later on this year when things get a little better outside and we can start filming some more videos, and I do have a lot of ideas for future stuff. All right. Speaking of rainfall, take a look what's going on outside. And as you can see, it's raining.